Love was supposed to feel like home, the one place where you could let your guard down. And now you're lying next to this person you chose and you feel completely alone. You still love them. So why does it hurt so much? If love is good, why does it feel so painful? Why does it provoke so much tension, conflict, distance, and emotional exhaustion? If you've asked yourself that, something much deeper is going on than just what's happening in the moment. It's something that most couples never really understand. Hi, I'm Debbie Caudle, licensed professional counselor for over 30 years, and this is what I do. I help couples build emotionally safe marriages. Today, I want to give you 3 reasons for why love hurts so much and 3 ways to shift it quickly. You know, love hurts not because it's the problem, it hurts because of what's going on around it. The first reason why love can hurt so much is because it exposes your deepest wounds. The closer someone gets to you, the more vulnerable you are. And the more access you're giving them to all those places in your heart that are still unhealed. Your fears, your insecurities, all of those parts of you that are so easily triggered by sometimes the simplest of things. And so when something small happens, a small shift in tone, an offhand comment, a certain look on their face, a moment of disconnection, it can feel much bigger than it really is. So you're not just reacting to your spouse or this specific moment, you're reacting to all of the things that have happened to you in the past that this moment feels very similar to. The second reason why love can hurt so much is that love creates expectations that we don't always verbalize. We expect our spouse to show up in certain ways, don't we? We expect our spouse to love us, understand us, listen to us, value us, choose us. And when our spouse says and does things that cause us to not feel that, they become silent disappointments. And those disappointments, they stack up over time. So what happens? It's now not just about the moment, it's about all of those moments. Every time something happens, all of that gets drug into the present moment. The third reason why love can hurt so much is that love without emotional safety becomes really painful. I think this is the one that couples miss the most. If you feel dismissed or misunderstood, you get to the point where you feel like you have to filter your words. I have to be careful what I say because I don't know how my spouse is going to react to it. Then you stop opening up. You stop being honest and authentic with your spouse. So now love doesn't feel comforting, it feels risky. And when love feels risky, your nervous system goes into protection mode. So whether you go into fight or flight or freeze mode, that's your default now for I don't feel safe. So I'm going to get angry, I'm going to explode, or I'm going to get really defensive, or I'm going to withdraw and say nothing. Not because you don't love your spouse, but because you don't feel safe with them. So here's the thing, love is not the problem. Your love is not failing. You still love your spouse. It's that the environment around the love that you feel needs to change. So here are 3 shifts that you can make starting right now that no, they won't fix the problem completely and overnight, but they will begin to move you in the right direction. The first shift I want you to make is to react less and to understand more. Stop asking yourself, why is my spouse acting this way? And instead start asking yourself, what's going on behind my spouse's reaction? What has caused them to react in this way? What meaning is being attached to this moment for them? You know, I think about myself and my husband, Jeff, and, times when one or the other of us has been triggered. When I say something that seems really simple and, For me, it's a nothing. And then Jeff has this, whoa, big reaction. That's what I have to do. I have to stop in that moment and go, whoa, okay, this isn't about me. Pretty sure something's going on internally with him that this moment represents for him, but it goes way back. So rather than me just getting upset and creating even more distance between us, I have to go, I need to understand that. I need to understand what's happening internally within him to cause that big reaction. That's what I want you to do, because when you do that, it changes the entire tone of the conversation. The second shift that I want you to make is to identify what's actually happening. Can you see it? You know, most of us, we talk around the problem. We don't talk about it clearly. We say things to our spouse like, you never listen to me, when it would be so much more useful for us to say, you know, when we were talking earlier and you got up and you walked out of the room, in that moment, I was so hurt and I felt so ignored. It made me just want to shut down. That is something that your spouse can actually respond to in a tangible way, as opposed to, you never listen to me. Try it sometime and see what different reaction you get with the latter, because that's honest and very specific. The third shift, I want you to create small, consistent moments of connection. Very few problems in marriage are solved by one big conversation. And you cannot allow years and years of disconnection to be fixed by sitting down and having one big talk. It just doesn't happen that way. You've got to allow for small but repeatable moments of connection. 10 minutes of uninterrupted conversation with each other, a short walk, talking together before you go to bed, talking before in the morning before you go to work. All of those consistent efforts to check in with each other, combined with honesty about what's really going on inside of you. No more walking on eggshells, no matter how scary it feels, because if you don't bring honesty to this relationship, then you have a dishonest relationship that's going to grow a wide chasm between the two of you. It's those small, repeatable moments that are retraining your relationship to feel safe again. And safety is what allows love to feel good again. If love hurts in your marriage right now, it means that something deeper is going on and it needs to be addressed. It's not going to go away on its own. When you do that, when you start addressing it, love stops feeling like something you have to protect yourself from. Love should feel safe. Love should feel good. And if you're thinking, yeah, this is exactly where we are, I love them, but it sure is hard. It sure does hurt to love this person. Then I've got a video you really need to watch next. It's called Your Marriage Doesn't Have to Feel This Fragile. And it goes into a lot more depth than I spent with you today about what's going on and how to fix it. And I also have something really practical for you to go grab right now. It's a free tool called 3 Conversations That Will Save a Marriage. And it really tells you very concretely how to begin having open, honest conversation with your spouse starting today if you want. The links are in the description below. Please go watch and please go grab the free tool. You'll be glad you did.